Hello, my friends. Elaine here, the Animal Reiki Lady. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Thanks for joining me. It is time for our third lesson. So today we are going to be talking about the very interesting and challenging topic of guilt. So I have a couple notes. Bear with me for a second because this particular topic is so important to me. I want to make sure that I get across to you all the things that I want to share with you. But the very first thing I want to share, in case you're catching one of my videos for the very first time, my name is Elaine. I'm an animal Reiki master. I help people make really deep, personal healing connections with the animals in their life. And that is the animals that share the planet with us here in our homes, as well as animals who have crossed to the other side. So we've been doing a couple different lessons in trying to help you to connect with animals who have crossed to the other side. So your beautiful fur babies who have crossed to the other side, your cats, your dogs, birds, horses, the species does not matter. I like to help you make the kinds of connections that you're looking for with your animals who have crossed. And yes, for those of you who have reached out with questions, I do plan to continue readings. I do readings for animals who have crossed to the other side. I do them here on YouTube. And they're not necessarily traditional, so I don't get some of the information that people are often seeking, like test questions. What was my cat's favorite toy? What I do receive, however, are beautiful messages of healing and love and compassion and connection and teaching us to let go of fear. In fact, that was the very first video. If you catch it right here, the very first lesson that we had was how to release fear, and then we talked about gratitude. So if you'd like to, go back to lesson number 1, then lesson number 2, and this is lesson number 3, and there will probably be 4 or 5, depending on how I feel inspired to do these. But this one today is a little bit challenging of a topic, so you may want to grab some tissue. We're going to be talking about guilt and how to release guilt. Guilt is one of the most challenging things that keeps us from being able to make connections with our animals on the other side. And in fact, I've done so many videos on guilt because people reach out to me all the time, expressing stories about guilt and how something happened at the time of their pet's crossing, or something they did or didn't do, or something the veterinarian did or didn't do, or a family member did or didn't do. And we have this guilt and we have this blame, and it keeps us tied down here. And our animals have crossed to such a beautiful place, and they want us to be able to release that guilt, to release that burden. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. I'm going to share with you my favorite practice. It is called Ho'oponopono. It's a Hawaiian tradition. It's a practice of forgiveness. I'll explain what it means, and then I hope you'll stick around for a little meditation that guides us through the practice of forgiveness and Ho'oponopono. But first, I want to give you a couple examples. Now, I've tried to keep these general, and they are not meant to tug on your heartstrings. They're not meant to make you feel even more sorrow or guilt than you already feel. I just want to give you some examples of stories people have reached out to me with who have experienced forgiveness, who have experienced healing through the practice of Ho'oponopono. So I've worked with people, and I'll just keep these general. Someone who didn't know that their doggie was laying underneath of the car when they backed out of the garage. Someone who left a car window open and the dog jumped out. A cat who ran out the door. You know how quick those little stinkers are. Cat who ran out the door and then did not come back. A pet who was taken to the vet. A pet who was taken to the vet for a routine procedure and crossed while under the vet's care. All kinds of guilt and blame going on there. Being on vacation when a pet crossed. Someone who could not bear to be present during the assisted crossing of their pet. Someone who who chose not to assist their pet's crossing and then realized exactly how much pain their pet was in at the time of their crossing. I myself, I'm not immune to this. I carried with me the weight of an animal's crossing from neglect when I was a teenager. I was a young teen, and something I did, a neglectful action, caused the death of an animal. And I carried that with me far into adulthood. I did not know how to manage that guilt. For the longest time, I refused to bring another animal into my home because of the guilt that I carried from that transgression, perceived transgression. It wasn't until I found this forgiveness practice, and it is a self-forgiveness practice as well as seeking forgiveness from our animal companions. But it took me a long time into adulthood before I was able to release that guilt and release the situation. And I want to share that with you. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this. Ho'oponopono is a forgiveness practice, and it is taught in the Hawaiian tradition, and it has some really strong meaning behind it. The Hawaiian language itself is so full of nuance, and that is a Hawaiian word, ho'oponopono. It's going to be in the title, and I'll just put it in the description of this video so that if you'd like to do more research on it, you can. But ho'oponopono, let me kind of explain to you what it means and what the nuance and the feeling behind it means. So it's a phrase, ho'oponopono, and translated into English, it means four things. That one phrase, it takes four phrases in English to even begin to capture the spirit of I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. The words ho'o, H-O, and that little apostrophe, there's a word for that, and I forget what it is, but the H-O-O is a verb, which means to make. And then the word pono means rightness or true nature, right with nature. That's the general meaning of it. And when you say it twice, pono, it means to make it extra. So you're doing it twice, it's double. So ho'oponopono is to make something doubly right. In fact, the word pono put together, the nuance behind it is to make correct or to make amends. So when we say the word or the phrase ho'oponopono, we are saying to make something doubly right. Now, the translation does not carry all of the meaning behind it. The nuanced translation is more of making things perfect with nature, returning to the natural way of things, returning ourselves to pure love, restoring this, I love this nuanced meaning, restoring balance and harmony for ourselves and every living thing. Ooh, isn't that a really beautiful way to look at something? So those four phrases that we translate, that we use in the English language, when we use the practice of ho'oponopono, we say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you. Let's take a look at those just a little bit, and then I'm going to invite you to join this practice with me and to really feel into it. We're going to set an intention to not only seek forgiveness, but to heal our guilt, to release our guilt. So the words I'm sorry, they really don't have meaning in the Hawaiian language, but it is an apology. Its purpose is to acknowledge that we've done something wrong, to acknowledge a wrong situation, to take responsibility for our actions. Please forgive me, that phrase. In the Hawaiian tradition, forgiveness is a shared experience. It's the ultimate goal of the practice is for healing of everybody involved in the situation. And it's not just about our apology being accepted. It is about total and complete release. I like to think of it this way. We are unremembering a wrong. And it's also about atonement, promising to be better in the future. When it comes to our animals, when I said that until I found a way to release my guilt, I would not welcome another animal into my home. It is about promising to be better, promising to do better, promising that we've learned from the experience and we know now how to be better, more supportive, nurturing people for our animals, better companions for our animals. I love you doesn't take a lot of explanation, the phrase I love you. It is unconditional love, pure, true, nurturing, gentle, compassionate. I love you. And then finally, thank you. Thank you is like the amen. It's like the completion. It's a new reality. It's a new beginning. It's a sense of completion. It is saying, finally, all is well and the situation is healed. So this is the practice that we are going to do. I would love for you to join me. Anyone who is feeling any kind of guilt or even blame, I encourage you to join me for the next few minutes. And if you need to come back to this, that's fine. Don't do it while you're driving. Don't do it while you're preoccupied. Come back when you have a moment or two to really go through this whole practice. And I invite you to share it with others. If you know anyone who would benefit from this, I encourage you to share. I put it out there for everybody, and I would love anybody who needs this kind of healing, this kind of release from guilt over a negative situation to please join. Okay, this version is between you and your animal companion who has crossed to the other side, but it can be used for anything. It can be used for any situation, any person, any time, anything that needs to be healing, that needs healing from guilt or remorse, regret, anything that you'd like to apologize for. Okay, we're going to begin. So I want you to get comfortable. Get comfortable, and we are going to begin by closing our eyes. You can be seated, you can be lying down, it does not matter. I'm going to put my glasses on. But for you guys, I'd love for you to close your eyes. Close your eyes and allow yourself to become aware of your consciousness. I would like you to go inward for this. And as you breathe at your own pace, I want you to feel yourself fully in your body. Breathe in and feel what it feels like to let that beautiful air flow through your body. And I'd like you to take one hand and place it on your heart, the center of your chest. Just place your hand here. And I'd like you to place your other hand on your abdomen. So on your belly, about an inch below your belly button. Place your hand there. In the system of Reiki, we actually call that the hara. It's your energetic core. And now I want you to breathe, keeping your hands here, keeping your hands in both places. Breathe in, and at your own pace, draw in that beautiful air, pull it in through your head, down into your heart space, and let it flow into your hara, or your core. Let it flow right down there, right onto your belly. This type of breathing creates physical balance. Do it at your own pace, breathing in through your head, down to your heart, down to your core. Begin to feel yourself calm. This breath creates a physical balance from head to heart to core. It calms our mind, it opens our heart, it helps us to feel stable and balanced and grounded. Now become aware of your hands touching your body. Really tune into them. As you focus on this breath, you may feel heat or tingling or kind of energy emanating from your hands, or you may simply be aware of the feel of your hands on your body as you make this connection between your heart and your core. Continue breathing at your own pace. And now I invite you to imagine that the energy you are feeling is coming from the most nurturing, kind, loving mother. This mother is fiercely protective. She is supportive and loves you unconditionally. Imagine it is the love of this universal mother that flows through your hands. Allow your heart, your mind, your spirit, your soul to be embraced by this warm, loving, nurturing energy. You are worthy of this love. Allow yourself to receive it. Now call to mind your animal companion. Whoever that animal is that comes into your mind, I want you to recall, as difficult as it may be, recall whatever trauma, whatever hurt, whatever regret, or whatever blame you are holding on to. Whatever that was that surrounded the passing of your pet, we are going to begin the process of making this right. Imagine that your animal companion sits by your side, and I want you to feel the energy of your hands and imagine that you are sharing this energy with your animal companion. Imagine you are touching your pet. And I'd like you to tell them, I am sorry. I see now what happened. I did the best I could at that moment in time. If it wasn't enough, If I hurt you, if you felt alone, afraid, or in pain, I am so sorry. I am so sorry you felt that. It was not fair, and I carry that guilt. I acknowledge it, and I am so very, very sorry. Now breathe. Breathe. Taking a nice deep breath. Let the energy of your hands continue to flow to your animal companion as you say, please forgive me. Please forgive me for not being there. Forgive me for not protecting you. Forgive me for causing you any pain in any way that I did not do right by you. I ask from the bottom of my heart for your forgiveness. Please forgive me. Breathe. Taking another nice deep breath. Cleansing breath. Beautiful breath. The energy that now flows even stronger than before through your hands, through your heart, through your core. Something inside you actually begins to shift. Even if it's just a little bit, you're beginning to feel a shift. Hear yourself say to your animal companion, I love you. I have always loved you. I will always love you. My love is forever. You have shown me what it truly means to love. Our love runs deep. There is no time, there is no space that can separate us. Our bond is forever. I love you. Breathe. Breathe again. Let that energy continue to flow between you and your animal companion. Something inside you is most definitely shifting. Hear yourself say, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for forgiveness. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for being here for me. Thank you for your unconditional love. Thank you for showing me that I am the one who needs to forgive myself. Thank you for helping me release my guilt. Thank you for letting me release blame. Thank you for healing me. Breathe. Breathe. With your hands on your heart and on your core, feeling the intense flow of love and healing, speak with me. Ho'oponopono. 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 I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. That was then. This is now. We are healing. We are healed. Feel that flow of energy all through your body. Become gently aware of the space that surrounds your body. With hands still touching heart, hands still touching belly, with your animal companion lovingly by your side, or in your lap, or in your arms, or in your heart. You notice that there is a divine presence holding you both. An energy, a grace, a healing light surrounds you. You are being offered pure love, complete forgiveness. And you hear that radiant light, the light of your higher self, the light of the universe, the light of your animal companion as it says to you, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Your pet speaks to you with the language of the heart. Your pet says to you, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant for you to carry this burden. Ho'oponopono. The healing has come full circle. There is nothing left to forgive. There is only one energy now, one love. Feel it within, feel it without, feel it surround you. Love heals all. Love is all there is. Breathe. Breathe again. Beautiful, deep cleansing breaths. Stay in this state of grace for as long as you and your animal companion choose to enjoy it. Stay here until you feel complete. Say, I love you one more time, but not the last time. Fill your heart with gratitude. And whenever you're ready, come back to the present and open your eyes. Oh, take another nice deep cleansing breath. Eyes open, heart open, core open, mind open. Everything is forgiven. Now you can come back to this meditation at any time, whenever you need to, or you may simply say with intention the phrase, Ho'oponopono, or with ultimate feeling, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. More healing words have never been spoken. Your connection with your beloved animal companion never goes away, ever. And you now have restored balance to that. Thank you for joining me, my friends. I look forward to speaking with you again. And until our next lesson, let the animals light your way. Take care.